Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrappy and Kane. Today I'm sharing an 11 by 8.5 layout. This is for Color Rush Studios using their brand new kit, Wild Soul, for the month of April. And again, I'm using another graduation photo of my beautiful goddaughter. And I wanted this one to be bright, fun, and colorful. So I'm using the stripe paper that comes in the kit. This kit is mainly made up of Pink Paisley Joyful Notes. I love this kit. This is probably my favorite. No, it is my favorite right now. So I'm using the notebook paper over here to the right hand side. This is going to hold my title, and I tore a piece of the stripe paper to place behind it. Right now I'm using a pencil to kind of outline sort of where it's going to lay, so that I can do a little bit of mixed media on the cardstock. This cardstock is from my stash. This is not in the kit, but it matches perfectly and it helps bring out the green in my niece's cap and gown. So the first one I did there was actually in the area that's not going to be shown. I just wanted to see how it was going to stamp out. And what I did is I used a textured stamp, and I put the Shimmerz paint on top of the textured stamp and then stamped it down. So it, gives a kind of unique look to the mixed media, but, it's still just adding mixed media to the background. So something different than the packaging technique where you lay down Shimmerz paint on packaging and then lay it down on the cardstock. And this is textured basil cardstock. Basil cardstock. I'm not sure of the color name, but it's like a limey green color. It's showing pretty true to the color. It was bright, and that's what I wanted, was for this layout to be bright and fun. And now I'm just adding a little bit of gold splatters, and this is Minor 49er. That's a Shimmerz paint again. I'm cleaning that one up because I'm done with that color, and I did add a little bit of Distress Oxide to that Shimmerz paint also, the first green one, to make it a little bit brighter. But I wanted the Shimmerz paint to give the shine. And I'm going to come in with another gold stamp. And again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to use the stamp. This one looks like thread, like a swirled up piece of thread. But when you stamp it down like this, it really doesn't show the impression at all. But what I liked is that it made it look different than the green ones. So I'm going to go around and add that in each little place around the same spots as the green ones were. And at first, this layout was going to be basically the large 4x6 photo on the left-hand side, and then the title on the right-hand side. In the end, I decided to add the year she graduated down at the bottom. So I kind of wish I would have added a little bit more mixed media at the bottom, but in the end, it's okay. And as you can see in that close-up, you can really see the mixed media in real life. My cameras are kind of taking the shine and blurring it out or making it not look so noticeable, but it really is noticeable in real life. And here I'm just adding black ink around the edges. I stamped a few black stars and I did a little bit of black splattering around the layout. So here I'm going to add my title piece, and I did add I added play foam to the back side of that. And then I stapled on the Frazzles and Ribbons on the side. And the black polka dot one is from the website. That one does not come in the kit, but it was a perfect addition to these photos that I'm scrapbooking. So here I'm going to add her photo to white cardstock, and I will distress the edge of that. And I also ink the edge of the photo. That's something that I do almost on all my layouts. If I'm inking the edges of the paper black, I will ink the edge of the photo before I place it on white cardstock. And it really helps the photo just pop and stand out a little bit more. This star paper here is a tissue paper, and that came in one of my kits. My kit was actually wrapped in that tissue paper, so I wanted to use that on a layout. And basically I added a little bit of liquid glue and then put it down and kind of wrinkled it up so it doesn't lay completely flat. And I also tore the edges of it like I'm doing now. I needed a little bit more tore off of the right hand side or the left hand side. So I used my straight edge ruler, but just kind of tore it. But I didn't want to tear it freehand because I might have tore the whole thing. And then I'm going to add this piece over there on the side because I need a few more stars. It kind of looked kind of blank because there wasn't enough stars peeking out. And I'm just trying to tear it up and make it look nice. I don't know how else to explain that. There's no reason, I was tearing it more. I was just tearing it more because it looked a little too straight right there. And then I'm going to add the daisies at the bottom. And I just used a little bit of ATG and then liquid glue to hold those down. And then I'm going to add a wood veneer piece on top of it. That does come in the kit. And that says, "You grow, girl," which I thought was kind of fitting for a graduation photo. I really like the way that this kit played into the graduation theme. And then I'm adding a few of the acrylic daisies on top of the title. And again, that was just another little texture to add over there. And I don't remember what I'm doing now. Oh, I added a little vellum bird over here. And that gave it just a little bit of softness on the photo. And then I was looking for one more vellum one, and there's this one here that I found. I'm going to tuck it in up here at the top with the title. And then I was like, well, it's kind of blank down at the bottom on the right hand side. So I wanted to add in the graduation year, which is 2023. And unfortunately, the alpha that came with the kit does not have numbers. So I dug in my stash and found an alpha that had 2023, and I just pulled those out. So I'm going to place those down at the bottom. And at first I was going to use the hashtag. I decided not to. And at first I was also going to leave it just like it is right now at the bottom, but it looks kind of plain. So that's not for me. Usually I add more and more and more. So I go ahead and tear a piece of stripe paper, a couple of more Frazzles and Ribbons at the bottom, and then another little vellum flower at the bottom also with the date. And then I will come in and add Frazzles and Ribbons on the left-hand side of the photo. And then I think that will be it. That will be the end of my layout. And I really enjoyed this kit, and I've really enjoyed that I've gotten my niece, or no, she is not my niece, my goddaughter's graduation photos done. And I really like the way that they turned out. And I do have another graduation layout planned for the month, but it probably won't be a design team type layout. It'll be just one that I create on my own with the rest of the kit. And I will share that on YouTube when I create it. And I should also have another DT layout next Friday. And I'm going to go with a different theme. It's not going to be graduation. It'll be probably the photos of my son and myself. And that's just to show that, the kit you can use with a lot of different photos. You don't have to use just certain photos with each kit. If you mix and match and use different words and add different things, you can, change the theme, but also keep the theme the same if you want to. So here I'm just playing again with the 2023 at the bottom. And first I was like, well, that looks okay, but it wasn't enough. So then I decided to bring in the Frazzles and Ribbons. And I did cut it just slightly to make it a little bit thinner. And then I also pulled the strings off of it to make it more frazzled. And like I said, I'm going to add both of the ribbons down there. So I'll add a piece of the green one also that comes in the kit. And then again, I'll add it over on the left-hand side of the photo. And again, I use staples this time to staple those to the background paper. And I think that's it. I think I'll let you guys watch the rest of the process, and there's close-ups at the end. And like I said, I will have a couple more layouts to share for the rest of the month. And we are halfway through April. So I will let you guys go. I will not have a video up for tomorrow, Saturday, the 14th, but I will have a video up on Sunday. Actually tomorrow is the 13th. My bad. I will have one up on Sunday the 14th. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Be sure to check out the links down at the bottom for Color Rush Studios. And if you'd like to pick up a kit or anything else from the website, use my code Jennifer10 and save yourself 10%. Thanks, guys. Bye.